Hey Gemini, Starseed, Lightworker, Twin Flame and Soulmates. I'm Lorraine and welcome to my channel. Welcome to today's Tarot Love Reading. Now we're just going to dive straight in there and we're going to see what messages the cards have for you, for both you and your person's love journey thus far. Messages. Gemini. Okay. Now just before I bounce and bust a move here, Gemini, I'd just like to say I offer 100% money back guarantee, and consider this: image readings, tarot readings, as well as the programs. They are going to be vital, coming in with these two cards. Also counselling and mentoring, which is going to help you deal with negative attachments and triggers, as well as union with self and union with your person here. Okay. In your sign, Gemini, you have the planet Jupiter. Jupiter talks about expansion. It talks about travel here, the enjoyment of it here. I just want to mention that. See, what's also relevant here is that at the end of January, there was a new moon. Now that new moon signified here a new cycle. A new cycle is beginning here. And coming in with the Judgment card, what I get there is that the past cycle was full of here for yourself lessons, and they were and these lessons you struggled with here, and this could have come through, these lessons could have come through communication here, whether it's actual language here, your body language, see, with the Judgment card coming in here, now this is both you and your person, but I will break it down further. There's a misunderstanding here, and this misunderstanding is coming in, it's the effect of it, collective, it's the impact of that misunderstanding here, has caused anxiety here. I want to say depression here, because misconstrued, miscommunication here, misunderstanding. And what it talks about there, yeah, challenges to communicate. Because both you and your person had different patterns of thinking. One was at a higher level of thinking here. This is the best way I can explain it. Where one was, it's not low here, low here. What it talks about there is you knew what you knew. And so you came from your point of view. Here, take it if it applies. But see, this is either you or your person, and I will pinpoint it as I pull the cards out. Whereas the other person thought at a different level. That's what it's coming in as, because you are coming in with judgment here. And your sign is ruled by Mercury. Mercury does talk about communication here. but it's everyday communication here. Mercury also rules Virgo, and there you have Virgo there. Here, Virgo have in terms of Virgo, but I want to come in with Mercury here, okay? Then again, that is a higher level of thinking. That's what your reading is talking about here, which is why you are coming in with misunderstanding. That's what I'm picking up. It's coming in as compassion and empathy here, the lack of it here, not being able to see things from the other person's point of view, and that's the same for the other person. See, what I get here is that it's the truth here. The truth, there's a misunderstanding about the truth, a misinterpretation here. That's what it's talking about. And so it's like one of you here doesn't want to think any other way. Well, it can kind of come in as because one can't. I mean, straight up. It's what it talks about there is that you get it, but you can't verbalize it. You can't say it. You can't give a response. You can only nod your head. But when you get what the other person was saying here, bear with me here, Gemini. When you get what the other person is saying, you don't like what they are saying because it makes you feel lower here, lower than them. And this had something to do with your routine, your everyday life, because you like routine here. Okay, Gemini, that's how it comes in, especially when it comes to what you do every day. Here, okay, let's say on a Monday, I've got to go to work. In the afternoon, I've got to go to the gym. Here, that kind of routine. Okay, Tuesday, I've got to go and drop the kids off, and then go to work, and then Tuesday afternoon I've got art class. You know, you like routine here, but somewhere in this mix here, there is misinterpretation, there's a misunderstanding here. See, one's quite straightforward, whereas the other one talks like, I want to say in riddles, but they kind of use metaphors and similes here. One isn't as straightforward here in your reading. Right, let me keep going. Let me keep going here. And so instead of saying what they want to say, because you are a type of person that just says what they need to say here, you do not muck around here. That's what I pick up here. You don't mix your words, but somebody else was mixing their words. You know, you call the kettle black, whereas someone will say it in a roundabout way is what I'm getting. That's how those two cards are coming in. Of course, this can come in as a disagreement because you do not like confrontation. You do not like to be backed into a corner in a sense here. and it's then that you come out fighting here. But in terms, this is how those cards are coming in. Like I said, bear with me. So you get backed into a corner, and it is there that you start, you just let it all out. You just fire it out here. And so your negative patterns of thinking here start to kick in, and feelings start to kick in here. Here. Backed into a corner. Or when you're misunderstood here. Of course, this is both you and your person. See, what I get here is that there was a situation. There was a situation here, and it was a fun, playful, stimulating situation, and then it turned serious here. I want to say here, Gemini, is just be mindful on how you see yourself here. Don't get any kind of, don't delude yourself or be illusional here where you get down on yourself because of what happened here. Because what your reading is saying is that you've got to work through that. Why did it happen in the first place? Why did you feel that way here? And go deeper here. And when I mean by go deeper, go back to your childhood when you first felt like this is coming in as you felt threatened because you retreated. And you are not that kind of person, Gemini. Okay, you're not that kind of person. No, you do not retreat. You love to be around people. That is how you learn. That is like your happiness here. Alright, so that's what you're going through at this time, both you and the person and your person. That's exactly what you're going through. And those two cards are coming in as the both of yous here. Yeah. The way in which you're feeling here, Gemini, you're coming in with twins. The way in which you're feeling here, so is the person on your mind, your person, or the person you had this confrontation with. They are feeling exactly the same way as you. Okay, let's keep going. Now you're coming in with the Two of Wands. You have the Seven of Swords. And you have the Ace of Swords here. There's a fear here to confront your person, the person on your mind, the person you had this confrontation with. See, what I get here, so you're coming in with the Two of Wands, you have the Seven of Swords, and you were also coming in with the Ace of Swords here. This is someone that was really close to you. This is someone you had a really close attachment to. Let me just check that out one more time, collective. So you are coming in with 18. Alright, yeah, 18. I get you want to sort it. You do want something to happen here, but you don't know how to do it. You don't know what to say here. There's regret, and sometimes in the heat of the moment, and it's coming in here as that it was like in the heat of the moment. It's almost like you were backed into a corner and you just came out fighting. But the way in which Mercury, Geminis do this here, collective, it's not with their fists or physical fight, it's actually their words. It's their words, their facial expressions here, which is another way, which is another form of communication here. The negative side came out of you and of this person. Just a misunderstanding here. That's what I'm getting. And it came down to communication. One was pretty straight up, straightforward here. You know, black is black, white is white, and there is no grey area. That's how one of you came into this here. Whereas the other person, there were grey areas here. So how is this conversation going to go now? How is it going to go down here? What is it that I need to say? You're coming in with fear here. I get here, Gemini, is that this has actually affected your whole life here. And you don't feel comfortable in your own skin. Even though you are in your sanctuary, and let's say you're in your home, you still don't feel like you're able to relax here, because this is weighing on your mind. In the past, what I get here for both you and your person, or the person on your mind here, bear with me, you've been able to get over some really tough situations here. But this one, it's a challenge. And what I get there, why it's a challenge, is because this person meant a hell of a lot to you. And you meant a hell of a lot to them too. See, what I get there in your reading, yeah, it is coming in that way, here is that you're both thinking about it. I've never seen the frequency being like that. The love frequency here, because it hurt. You don't have it, but you are definitely coming in with the Three of Swords. And yeah, of course you can turn the other cheek, you can do all of that kind of stuff here, but it doesn't sit well with you, and it doesn't sit well with the other person. What I get there is that it makes it even worse. It does, and you know that. This has impacted greatly on your life. It's the conversation. So what do I say? How do I approach this here? This Two of Wands is like, how do I say I'm sorry? And will it be accepted by the other person? This is both you and your person here. Now you're coming in with the Chariot card, which is also the Seven of Swords here. And I spoke about turning the other cheek, you know, ignoring this person here. That's not what you want to do here. Like I said, Gemini, this has impacted greatly on your life. Everything that you do at this point in time Not going towards this person, but even walking out your door, your house here, there's fear. There's a fear factor now. Going towards other friends here, there's a fear factor. You fear it now. You never feared it in the past here. See, this has kind of, Jupiter, like I said, here, what happened there, that is definitely coming in as a past energy here. What happened there has opened your mind to how you treat relationships, how you treat people. And it can be seen as a wake-up call here. It is. Because it's like saying here, now you remember a time where you have mistreated others. It can come in that way. And so that's affecting you here. You have to find the start point here in your reading. That's what it's saying. When you go somewhere, this is what I'm getting. When you go somewhere and you know that your person is there, you're constantly looking over your shoulder. You could avoid going to a certain area because you might bump into this person, but on the inside you want to bump into this person. I get here in your mind, you're going over so many scenarios on how you're going to talk to this person, what you're going to say to this person, because they meant a lot to you. See, that's what these cards are saying. This person meant so much to you, and vice versa here. And now that they've gone here, but it was the way in which it ended. That's what affected it. That's what's impacted. That's why you're feeling the way that you're feeling here. And you can't come out of it. You can't come out of it here. And what it talks about there also, it's got to do with, but that's how I've always done things in the past here. And I spoke about the new moon here. The new cycle. You're coming in with, even though you have a new cycle, even though you have a new start, you were still stuck in this past. That past there. What happened in the past. And you don't know how to deal with it. And if you continue to be quite flippant about it here, it's not about the other person. This is really coming in as yourself, Gemini. And if you continue to be quite flippant that it doesn't affect me, what it tells me there in your reading is that is going to get, it's going to get worse. It's going to turn into sadness here, misery and hopelessness if you don't deal with it, Gemini. And dealing with it is not talking to this person here and asking for forgiveness. This is both you and your person, bear with me here, and wanting an apology here. Dealing with it is dealing with yourself. See, that's what the Hermit card is talking about here. It's about knowing oneself. So why did you get so triggered when it came to this person? It's like you don't want to deal with anybody. You're standoffish from relationships, getting to know new people here. Or you'll get to know them, but you'll only go so far. Very mindful of the conversations that you have here. You know that it's a problem because it's affecting your home life. That's what I'm getting. Nowhere feels safe. Nowhere feels comfortable. You don't feel comfortable in your own skin and you don't feel comfortable in your own home. This is both you and this person. Alright, so, okay Gemini, let's look at the potential outcome. So you were coming in with the Queen of Wands here. You were also coming in with the Two of Swords, the Hanged Man card, and you were coming in with the Four of Cups. I get here you're still going to be quite flippant here. You are going to ignore this person and keep ignoring this person here. What I get with the Ten of Swords, with your swords on the board, what it talks about there is that animosity, if you're not going to deal with it, those negative feelings and patterns of thinking, it's going to grow. I think I spoke about that here. And it's actually going to work at your, it's going to be detrimental here. Because what's going to happen there is you're going to project that onto other people. You are going to judge and blame other people. You may never give things a go. You may never try new things here. You may never get to know people here. It's like that here in your reading. Even though you were coming in with the Queen of Wands here. It's with the Queen of Wands, what I get there is this person doesn't want to change. And when I spoke about it's going to grow here, those feelings, those negative feelings, those negative thoughts here, you came in, this is why I said it, because of the Queen of Wands, because there is a negative side to the Queen of Wands. Yeah, of course she's damn attractive here, one of the most attractive queen in the deck, bar the Empress and the High Priestess here. See, I get this person is going to close off, so we came in with 28. Well, it comes down to you. Do you want this person or not here? Like I said, this person meant a hell of a lot to you. But what I get there is that this person was meant to trigger you here, Gemini, and vice versa. You were meant to trigger this person to change. That's what it's saying. Alright, to stop ignoring and avoiding here your own negative attachments. Alright, advice. Okay, so you're coming in with the Magician card, which is also seen as the King of Wands here in your reading. So it's up to you whether or not you want to take action. This is what it's talking about here in your reading. You're coming in with a social media platform. Wow, you're coming in with mission. There's some kind of action that needs to be done here. See, you're both waiting, and I spoke about that. How you both feel is how the other person feels here. Yeah, I do see it as a love frequency, but it's thoughts here, collective. It's thinking here. You're both thinking along the same lines. With the Queen of Swords coming in, if you want this, you have to make the effort. Here, this person to go towards the King of Wands, you've got to keep at it here. I get this person may have rejected you here, but you have to keep going. That's what I'm getting. Alright, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much, Gemini. and I'll catch you later. Bye.